If you're building with AI, then you already know the biggest challenge isn't just getting a response, it's getting the right response, consistently. So today, we're going to dive into the single most powerful tool for making that happen, the system prompt. Let's get into it and see how you can get that precise, predictable control over your AI models. This quote really says it all, doesn't it? Set the rules once, guide every response. See, instead of constantly trying to correct your AI with every single new query, you just establish this core set of instructions that shapes every interaction right from the get-go. It's all about front-loading the intelligence. So, what exactly is it? Well, think of a system prompt as the constitution for your AI. It's the rule book that it checks before it even looks at what the user is asking. This is where you define its personality, its hard and fast boundaries, and its main job. Okay, so it all starts with setting the rules. And believe me, this foundation is what separates a predictable, high-quality AI from a tool that just feels like, a roll of the dice every time you use it. So how do we actually write a good one, an effective one? Let's take a look at the blueprint for really shaping your AI's behavior from the ground up. There are three core principles that guide every great system prompt. First up, be concise. Seriously, more words can just lead to more confusion. Second, be unambiguous. The model should never have to guess what you mean. And third, make it testable. You absolutely have to be able to check if the AI is actually following your rules. Clarity isn't just a nice to have, it's a requirement. Okay, this really means you have to move away from vague suggestions and get into clear commands. For instance, telling an AI to be helpful. I mean, what does that even mean? It's subjective, it's messy. Instead, you give it a direct, enforceable command like, always provide answers based only on the provided documents. See the difference? One way leads to predictable quality, the other, well, it leads to chaos. So once you have a great prompt, the next hurdle is managing it, right? Especially when you're working with a team. And that is when it has to become your single source of truth. Treating your system prompt as this centralized living document it's so crucial. It prevents something called model drift, which is when the AI's behavior just kind of slowly changes over time. Having one source of truth makes sure everyone on your team is on the same page about the AI's identity and that every update is intentional. A professional workflow for managing prompts, it looks a lot like modern software development. You start by defining the behavior you want. Then, as your product grows and changes, you version your prompts just like you would with code. And finally, you are constantly testing the outputs against your rules. It's this continuous cycle of define, version, test. That's how you improve. Now, all of this hard work leads directly to the quality payoff. So let's focus on the why. Why does this all matter? Let's talk about the real benefits for you, your team, and of course, your users. The efficiency gain here it's massive. Before you have a solid system prompt, your users are forced to write these long, complicated instructions just to try and get a decent response. But afterwards, when the AI's behavior is already baked in, users can ask simple questions and get high-quality, perfectly formatted, consistent results every single time. And this really brings us to the most important point. The whole value proposition is right here. By preloading the AI with a strong system prompt, you make the user's job way, way simpler, while making the AI's output way, way better. You're cutting down user complexity and cranking up the quality of the result. It's a win-win. So, as we wrap up, I want you to think about it like this. Your AI is basically a blank slate. It's just waiting there for its rules, for its personality, for its purpose. And the crucial thing to remember is, you are its first teacher. So, my question to you is, what is the very first, most important thing you're going to teach it? Thanks for watching.